fantasy based on reality. Pure guts love, a pure guts. It's a motherfucking fantasy based on reality. To the hype, to the motherfucking mic. Yeah, tell your baby, it's gonna be a fight. Yeah, you just lost, you've been tossed. Guess what, bitch? Motherfucker, you just done hard, bitch. To the slaughterama, laying the hammer to his glass hands. Daddy built himself, walking canes and hearing aids. One sassy leg is going insane. Go, go, go. Drizette Drew, Matty Staffy, babe, he's got him too. But I have a question, I need an explanation. Why does your name start with an exclamation? Eli Manning, the face of the franchise. He has 2 rings, but he ain't got no alibi. Bill My Johnson is mean like Charles Bronson. Just don't fuck with Breeze, cause he was born in Austin. Pure guts blood, a pure guts. It's a motherfucking fantasy based on reality. Pure guts blood, a pure guts. It's a motherfucking fantasy based on reality. Yeah, time to walk away from this shit. 2012, fuck shit to quit. Better late than never, bitch. Yeah, never thought this shit was coming, but playoffs, we got our shit together. You know we're fucking running to the stove. Next time, fucking check yourself before you wreck yourself, bitch. Fuck this scene, man. I don't want to hear nothing from you motherfuckers. Rocking the mic, y'all. Yeah.
Those who are in the know that song and know how fucking dope that song is. Anyways, shout out to Bob, Champ, and Assman. Huddled somewhere up in Prince Rupert. We're all anxiously awaiting your next podcast, Ass, so get your ass home and pick up the Gov, because you're better at this than I am. All right. The Gov's got a specific agenda tonight. It's called Risers and Fallers of Sporting Wood. And in the sake of keeping this short and sweet, going to get right into it. And we're going to start with, where should we start? Start with the Risers. Who headlines the Risers list? None other than the Isotopes. Ardron has been on a fucking roll, man. Just flew under the radar, kept putting up points every week. You're getting points out of pitchers. I have no idea how you're doing it, but you're getting the points, man. And I blew past you. I went past you this week in the points for, but you are still nestled in third in points for, man. So bravo, keep it up. You flew under the Gov's radar, and you're the real fucking deal. You just need those pitchers to keep contributing, because they cost you against the Gov. Gov got you. Next, I'm going to go on to my boy, Brian Gottschalk, as the number 2 riser in Sporting Wood. Gottsy's won 4 of 5, and talk about flying under the radar. This guy is at 7th in the league in points for. That's got to be an ESPN glitch, man. Like, who do you have? You got Arenado. Odor's done nothing. I don't know who you have, man. Richards has been hurt all year. You got Jamison Talon. You got Taijuan Walker, Sean Mania, Ariel Miranda, Lance Lynn. That's your pitching staff. And other than Arenado, you don't have one position player that's universally owned. Bravo, Gotsy. Very, very well done. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to say. I don't know how you're winning. But I got to move on. Happy to see these two. I'm going to put the Bullies and High and Tight both in the same category for risers. And start with High and Tight because you were buried. The whole league buried you. Your roster's worse than Gottschalk's on paper. But somehow, you still managed a way to win games too, Toto. And you're still in the mix here. You're 5-8, which is very much in the mix. 12 teams make it in this league, into the playoffs. So 5-8 is very much in this mix. You work harder than anybody in the free agent list. You play streaks harder than anybody else. And you always find a way to keep yourself in the mix. But I want to give some kudos to the Bullies. Even though he shit his pants on draft day, Bullies is in the hardest division in this league. And this guy has a winning record. 7-6. When he's in a division with me, Bop, and Miracle. And yeah, Bullies, he's 7-6. He had a rough go in div play, but now he's rattled off 5 of 6 games. And not the most impressive scores, but 5 of 6 games is 5 of 6 games. So good on you, Slots. I hope you pick your pants up and start paying more attention to this league. Happy to say the next riser on this league, this is a bit of a charity case. Sorry to say charity case. But V-Wall, you're on the risers list only because you were 16th in the Gov's previous rankings. And now you've won 2 of 3. Your record's 3-10. You're still going nowhere this year. But 3-10 is a lot better than 1-8, which is what you were. And you managed to put up a 305 score against the Gov. And yeah, if you beat the Gov again this week, you'll be 3 of 4, maybe even in the playoff mix. So bravo. Next easy decision on the risers list is Mr. Hap. Briz could actually be a team that we need to pay attention to here. He got snake bit early on, bad luck early on, kind of fell back a little bit, but now he's getting healthy. And Briz has 3 very, very impressive wins in a row. With nothing less than 250 and a 317 mixed in there. And he's getting healthy. And he's got a great pitching staff. So, yeah, actually your lineup's not the greatest because you didn't have any draft picks, but you're a move or 2 away, deal or 2 away. We might have to start paying attention to Briz. And then I know you guys universal eye rolls here, but I'm putting the Gov on the riser list. And reason is I have not scored less than 280 points in 3 straight weeks. I know I'm ranked myself 4 last time, and my record is shit. Not shit, but 7-6. But I am killing it right now. Absolutely killing it. Second in the league in points for. It's undeniable. And I'm going to put up another big score this week. And that does it for the risers list. Now, I'm going to move on to what the Gov likes to classify as the meh list. Meh. That means, it can mean a number of things. It means, first off, that you're too fucking good, like Miracle and Ben. You guys headline the meh list. You guys are great. Everyone knows you're great. Nothing more to be said about both your teams. Miracle, you've been at the top of the league all year long. Scuffled a little bit lately. But Ben almost lost a game. He's on the longest winning streak in Sportingwood history right now. You guys are meh because you're always so good. Another a team that's meh out of consistency is the Creeps. Creeps keep creeping. Creeps keep on creeping. I actually would have thought you'd have a better record so far this year than you do because you accumulated a lot of draft picks last year. And you haven't done a whole bunch with them this year. Only 7-6. But you're always in the mix, Creeper. Speaking of someone who's always in the mix, meh, is Jay. Bendover's always in the mix. At one point, Jay's season looked bleak. But Jay is depth. He's very, very good at making deals. And he finds a way to make good deals. He's always in the mix. Jay, you got a pretty solid squad. The Bellinger trade is turning out to be one of the biggest rape jobs in Sportingwood history. Got a good outfield, good lineup. Hamels is healthy now. You'll be there in the end. Final man team. Not because of consistency or because of dominance. Because of fucking shit play is the Chuckers. The Chuckers started the season with a pretty good ranking. Had some really unfortunate luck with things like Wainwright just doing absolutely nothing for you, man, and then giving them away for absolutely nothing. You made some good trades lately. I like that. Gary Sanchez. You didn't get Gary Sanchez. Who am I thinking of? I like that Garrett Cole deal for you. I like that a lot. I also like that Archer deal for you with Ardron too. Anyways, you made some good moves, but you could possibly be the first winless team in Sporting Wood history. Chuckers, Manitoba. Note next to your team, you suck. Now, into the list that everybody wants to hear about is the Fallers list. And who headlines the Fallers list is the SOBs. The SOBs got a great preseason ranking. Team on paper looks nuts. But fuck, you guys maybe have the worst pitching in the league, which especially sucks since you traded away Keuchel, I think, for a second-round pick. You guys got nothing out of him. And now you lost a keeper. You dropped a keeper. You lost the Dodgers prospect, whatever the fuck his name was, Urias. That's nuts. You guys have given away or lost two elite, what you thought were elite arms. And now the best pitcher on your roster is Tanner Rourke. And I like Tanner Rourke, but he should not. Oh, you guys have the worst pitching staff by a fucking mile. You guys are definitely the biggest faller on the list. Next faller on the list is Tommy John. And it's kind of a lame faller list because Tommy John's a great team. But there's some chinks in your armor showing up right now, Dally. You were undefeated at one point. You're rolling pretty good. Now you've lost 3 of 5. Not a lot of great scores in there. I mean, you lost one game with 250, but otherwise they're all pretty, they're good scores. They're all right. You shouldn't really be on the fallers list because you're fucking 10-3, but you were 7-0, and now you've lost 3 of 5, and you've got a couple very pedestrian scores, and my expectations for you are high, so take it as a compliment. Step your game up. Next obvious faller is Merman. Lost 4 in a row. You're not going to get a lot of airtime, Tops. You mailed it in too early. You had a good team. You could have competed. Gave up too early. 12 teams making this league, man. Just get in the fucking playoffs. That's all you need. Just get in the playoffs. Gov just about won it all last year, and I had nothing. I had a shit team. Anyways, final faller. And maybe another reach on a faller, but he's not going to be happy about it. But it's based on a very high ranking from the Gov. Kenton's not going to like being ranked as a faller, but I'm ranking you as a faller. You've lost 3 in a row. You've lost 4 or 5. You've actually had some pretty good scores in your losses, but you do have a 135 mixed in one of your losses. So that alone ranks you in the fallers list. You're going to make the playoffs. You're going to make some noise, but you're a guy, too, that also needs to step your game up. That's all the Gov's got for you. Fucking a third of this was a rap video, but I was overdue for a podcast. Our code Gov is in Prince Rupert, MIA, and you guys deserve a new podcast. Grudge Week! We're into Grudge Week. Happy to see some legit grudges called out. Gov's always on the fence about Grudge Week. Don't know if you guys like it or not. Happy to see Grudge Week doing its thing. And then final note is dues. I only have, I think, 2 or 3 dues, and then the div winners from last year, and then that's it. Less than half the league. I need some dues. Dues not handed in by the end of the regular season have resulted in a loss of your earliest pick. That's always been the rule. So you guys got 6 weeks to hand in your dues. Peace out.